Hello and welcome to the November 2022 edition of the Pre-Sale Pulse, a channel that is dedicated to helping you understand everything happening in real estate across Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. Now, I'm Ryan Lalonde.
And I'm Brittany Reimer.
Welcome.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here. This edition of the Pre-Sale Pulse is all about recapping both the pre-sale and the resale marketplace over the past 30 days in the Fraser Valley. Now, our goal is to ensure all of our subscribers feel like they have their fingers on the pulse and becoming real estate intelligent.
Now the color of the leaves are changing. Actually, a lot is changing as of recently. Like all markets, the Fraser Valley was impacted by rising interest rates and economic uncertainty. This past month, we saw a shift in the pre-sale and resale markets. Conditions were stable and shifts in both price and sales activity were less than what we saw over the months prior.
Yeah, very, very notable changes on the pre-sale side, with many programs that launched in early 2020 now well absorbed in the market. We're seeing developers choose to close their presentation centers and wait to release remaining inventory closer to completion. In some cases, it's because they held back doors in search of higher price points. Now, this is opening the door for programs that launched over the last quarter to take center stage, supporting overall absorptions for the active programs in the marketplace.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that in the market, right? We're seeing programs really having to be strategic every 2 to 3 weeks around offering incentives, keeping things fresh. So those programs in Temple will continue to see absorption through the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, starting off with High Street Village by Wall Financial. Located in Abbotsford, this 12-acre development is slated to bring over 700 homes to market over the life of this program. They hosted a realtor event at the end of October that had just under 400 realtors RSVP, so really great turnout. The program will be taking suite request forms as of November 6th.
Yeah, now as market of Abbotsford has been interesting to follow, like many auxiliary markets, it's received a significant amount of interest over the pandemic and really did experience some of the heightened levels of appreciation across product forms. Still, the amount of pre-sale product launched in 2021 and 2022 have been limited. Less than 500 homes in 2021, less than 100 homes in 2022. And also sits in a really healthy part of the bell curve as it relates to affordability. Yeah,
the gap in launch activity, even in a shifting market like we're in, is likely to be helping drive good attention to this program. Now, Abbotsford will continue to be a market to watch for. As long as inventory remains low, pre-sale programs that launch in this market are likely to continue to see outsized interest relative to other markets.
Yeah, thanks, Britt. And looking at Langley's market, Aldergrove's Creekside is now marketing as 70% sold out. Really big offering. Right? Really interesting way that they've positioned the product. I think we're going to continue to track this one.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm guessing that a $20,000 buyer incentive on all homes and a 0% assignment fee likely had something to do with that success last month.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Incentives right now really are everything to finding success early out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And finally, Britt, let's talk a little bit about resale. What's happening out there?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Now, October was somewhat of an interesting month for resale in the Valley. We saw just over 900 resales, which is a 54% decrease from the frantic activity we saw in October of 2021, and a 0.4 increase month over month. Now, we also saw a composite benchmark pricing fall 1.6% from the previous month as well.
And this is somewhat at odds of what's happening in Metro Vancouver, right? A little bit more significant price de-escalation, but that's something that we need to continue to track and follow. The reason that that's at note is because the previous month, September and August, we saw price decline rates of between 3% and 4.5% per month. Huge shifts. And it seems that the overall demand in the Valley remains compressed. October's results suggest that the rate of decline is beginning to moderate, and that's a similar trend to what we're witnessing in Metro Vancouver.
Yeah, partly contributing to that, Ryan, are the sellers' resistance to list their properties in a down market, of course. Now, listings fell 3.8% compared to September. In some ways, the landscape of the resale market can be characterized as a struggle between buyers and sellers at this point, right? As both sides strive to hold off on that decision-making in favor of holding for potentially better deal in the future.
Yeah, and it does feel like sellers are making the decision to hold at current rates today. The big question will be how long can they continue to hold moving into Q1 and Q2 of next year. Well, Britt, I think that wraps up another edition of the Fraser Valley Pre-Sale Pulse. Now be sure to subscribe to our channel and Newswire, our daily email roundup of the latest real estate news. Our internal MLA advisory team is active in all major markets across the country, so reach out to us using any of those links down below.
Thanks, Ryan. Lastly, don't miss out on this month's trending topic where Ryan and Susanna discuss the fallout from the local election and some of the government policies affecting the housing market that we have coming on the horizon.
You know, a lot of negative headlines out there on the demand side, and what we're coming to learn is that they're not as substantial as you might think.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next month.